Casey Long. I play drums and I do backing vocals.
Brendan Robertson, and I play bass.
Hi, I'm Julio Duran, and I sing, and we are
Polar Waves. And you also play guitar, but we won't get into that. Yeah, I don't even know this story. This is all on you, man.
So it was 1934, and
Way back when the dinosaurs walked the earth.
now Polar Waves comes from it's actually not a very interesting story. You know how bands they're like, oh my god, yeah, great story. This is not a very good story, but basically I was back in Chile a few years ago, and there was just a cold front in Santiago, very cold weather, you know, in the 20s, extremely cold. And me and my buddies were jamming, you know, doing like an acoustic set at someone's apartment. And we were drinking piscola, which is Chile's national drink, by the way. We do need to have
very good at that,
piscola.
I don't drink.
You don't drink? As of this morning? But anyway, so it was cold, right? And so basically we kept saying how it was like a polar wave because Chile's, you know, it's close to Antarctica, the South Pole. So it was like a polar wave, and then that name died. And so a few years later, I was like, what am I going to call this project? I'm not going to call it the Julio Band, you know, because, you know, weird. So, hey, Polar Waves.
Julio had always been kind of like this mythical figure when I started hanging out with John, where it was always, you need to come back and hang out with Julio. He's really cool. He's an awesome dude to hang out with. Didn't tell me anything about the music. And then So I started hanging out with Julio, and John showed me the first record, or the record that he had. And I listened to it, and I was blown away. I loved it, and I had been looking actually to start another project to begin with, outside of the good looks, just because I wanted more. I wanted more. We needed another outlet, totally different too. I wanted to do something that I hadn't done either in a while or never have done before. Hung out with him a little bit more and got to know him a lot better, and asked him to jam one day. And I told him, we were joking actually outside Cutter's. We were hanging out late night, and I remember looking at him and going, man, we need to jam. I think it'd be fun. You would have been like, well, yeah, I need to play guitar too. Yeah, I think I can do that.
Because I was still like broken hearted
Yeah.
because the like the old Polaroids has been gone. I've been gone for a year. Change.
Had a little bit of hesitation with it, I guess. Just didn't know where it was going to go, but
It was like dating again. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It felt like that.
it was like
You know,
a
it's
really
like-
weird first
Like,
name.
I'm
the
not
first-
sure I'm ready.
Yeah, cool. It's weird because we had never like really been around each other like that. Like he would come to good look shows and stuff like that, but that's a totally different atmosphere than when you're one-on-one and you both have an instrument in your hand, man. So like it was extremely weird that first time we did it, but it was so much fun. I remember it being so much fun when we jammed for the first time at Nucci's. And when
Go Nucci.
yeah, that place has literally given us plenty out of everything.
Something's cooking over here.
A lot of good things happened there for us. When after that first night we jammed, I texted him and I said, "Hey man, if you want to do it again sometime, I'd love to." And
I got a second date.
well, yeah, he goes,
I get asked out again.
yeah, we could do it again. And then after about the second or third time, I remember being like, all right, dude. So like, I would be honored to be your drummer. And he goes, you're in.
It was a good day.
And then we got old Brendan along with us, and that changed the game.
Yeah, that changed the game.
The day I knew Brendan was like the right person to play bass in this band was actually the first time he ever came over to jam. Because I'm very impressed with musical knowledge. It's the quickest way to like win me over in that scenario. So Julio looks over, Brendan's got his bass and he's got a little notepad and he's sitting there. And Julio goes, well, do you want me to show you the songs or like do you want us to play them? And he goes, oh no, y'all do your thing and I'll just kind of figure it out, you know, it'd be all right. So me and Julio pretty much ran the few songs we had down at that point. And at the end of every song, Brendan would be like, so in the second verse when you went to E minor, did you go to G7 or was that a D flat or something? Like it's just weird musical theory stuff that just blew me away.
God, yes,
and then
yes.
Julio goes, well, like what do you mean? And then he starts playing the riff like he had picked it up like instantly, and I knew right then and there like we were gonna be pretty solid, I'd say. Extremely impressed by how it's come along so quickly, but I think all three of us have our own strengths that make the machine well-oiled and functional.
I mean, you know,
That was only 6 months ago.
Yeah. I mean, part of it's also like we have a good time. You know, it's not homework. We get together and we hang out, and then we do our set. Obviously, Crazy Genius, you know, working on changes, and hey, how about we open with this and do a little instrumental here and what this.
Dude, yeah,
that is also amazing.
That's cool shit too. When you're doing like not only that like side of music where you can just pick out, tell you what you're playing when he doesn't even, you know, when someone really shouldn't. But when we do live performances, man, that's what's made it so good because he'll come up. He'll go, well, yeah, this song's cool to play, like our song Enough. We kind of were on the fence about playing it because he goes, there's got to be something else in there, man. Like, it's almost there to actually have this be like a crowd-pleasing song. And he goes, let's just add about 16 bars after all the solos and make people woo at us.
Yeah, I remember.
And we sat there and implemented that like actually the day before the second Road to Root, because we had that was like the last thing we worked on.
Yeah.
And that part of the show, I've never heard somebody say they didn't like it. It's always gotten us mad props, and it's all his idea.
You gotta get
It's great.
Gotta get those. Gives everybody a part to play in the room.
And also, speaking of Road to Room, it was sort of like a blessing in disguise because we just got the band going, and then we getting asked to participate in the Road to Room thing, which takes a Athens band or a Jewish band to Bonner, which obviously, end of the day, the kind of music we play, I don't know if it would really go well in Athens, or maybe, I don't know.
It might have worked,
but it forced us to pedal to the metal.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Like, we had to be good, like, immediately.
Yeah, it's one of those things because I took previous band experience into the Road to Rue thing. Like we had did the winter warm up as the Good Looks in 2016 or something. And that did the same thing where it went from being like people playing songs to actually making it a show.
Right.
And I love that. Like, so when we did that, that's how we all came up and said that that's what needed to happen, and that's also a great thing about being a live band, or at least being a good live band, is having something like that where it's a complete thought from start to finish, or at least you have pockets of ideas that are similar to each other throughout the whole set. I think.
Yeah, and can we talk about you for a minute? Just, you know,
Yeah, let's talk about you for a
No,
minute.
man,
Let's talk about how you infused the band with such energy, and obviously you told us that you used to be in a marching band, right?
Yeah, I did.
So you're a clicker, man. You are a human clicker, and that's something that adds so much depth to the music we play, because our music is perfectly imperfect in a way that I screech and scream with the guitar, and sometimes it doesn't make any sense, you know. And I try to make it like
Kind of the
melodic,
point.
and then but then you're clicking it. You're like spot on, like both of you guys. Like the rhythm section adds so much stuff. I almost cursed by the way.
Well, I think I have a few times, so if I did, I'm sorry. But no, we it comes from one rehearsal we had. Brendan came up to me and he's like, "Yeah, man, you're clock. You are a human clock."
I'm back it up.
And I told him, I said, do you want to know why I am? And he goes, yeah, because I was in marching band, and I remember getting my, like, what felt being my life threatened if I wasn't perfectly on time. Like that. starts with Julio having a song idea, and he'll play it, he'll record it on, I guess, your phone or something, and then he'll email it to us, and then, I guess we'll schedule a practice. We'll all listen to the MP3 files that he made, and then we'll all play the separate parts, kind of figure it out, and mash them all together and see how well it goes until something sticks, and then we sprinkle a little seasoning on it.
So the original Portways, that's I would say that I consider that a very solid, safe, kind of like leashed studio band. Very very powerful, but very, can't stress this enough. Safe studio band where I work with great people. This newer version, which is the current Portways, is completely unleashed, completely unpredictable, given the creative minds of both Brendan and Casey and myself. And it's definitely more energetic, it's more out there, and that's the way I see it.